Hey everyone, did you know that Kittl updated their AI recently? I just went there and they have so many models on there and so many styles that I haven't seen before. So in this video, I thought it would be a good one to go through all the models that they have. They have a bunch and some of the styles so that you can see what they produce. And I'm going to go over their new credit system, which is now tokens, so you can see how much this will cost you as well. So let's get into Kittl right now and I'll show you everything. All right, so I'm here in Kittl, and for those that don't know about Kittl, I should have said in the beginning, Kittl is a graphic design suite on the internet that can help you create lots of designs like these. They have templates, and where each of them you can come in and change them, but I'm not going to show you that. They have tons of things. I have lots of Kittl videos if you haven't seen it. But for those that are familiar with Kittl, I'm going to just get right into it, and I'm going to tell you that they have a lot of AI stuff now. So if you're interested in AI designs, AI creating graphics, Kittl has look at all of the stuff I made on this board. We're gonna go through all of those today. So I'm gonna scroll in here so you can see some of it. I posted this on my social media and on YouTube community, just showing like they do text too. So let me go into Kittl AI. You can see it right here on the left. I'm just gonna click on that. And this is what I noticed recently. Look at all these models now. They used to have like one or two. They started with one, then they came up to 2 or 3, and then 5. And like now they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 models. And I don't know if they're going to keep adding more. So we're going to go through all of them. But I'm going to go through here so you can see what this is about. So first, the speed. Oh, first, the name. The model name is at the top. We're going to start at the top actually. So the first on the list is Ideogram 2.0. We all know about Ideogram. They're great. I've used them. They have their own site, but you can use Kittl with Ideogram here, which is amazing. The next thing here is the seconds, or how fast this is. So in 10 seconds, you should get your design. That's kind of what it's saying. And it's pretty close to what it says. And so if it's lower than that, it's faster, and it's higher, it's slower, so on. Now 20 is how much it's going to cost you. So before they had credits, and this used to be like 2 credits, for example, and now it's 20 tokens. So they kind of like just multiplied it by 10. And the reason for this, I would guess they haven't said, or at least I haven't read enough about it, is they can make it a little more variable, right? So if like instead of 1.2 or 1.4, they can actually make it 14 or whatever. So you'll see how many of them are there. So like this one's 20, that one's 40, 42, 14. So they're not all like in the 10 things. So they can kind of be a little more granular with that. So that's it, the speed and the tokens. And then another thing you'll see when you click on here is the styles. So Ideogram has styles. Ideogram 3 has styles, and all of these have different styles, except for this one right here, SDXL, which is Stable Diffusion XL. It doesn't have any styles, it just does the thing without any styles. And I'll show you the styles now. So this is where you put your prompt. You can put in just a regular prompt. In fact, before I get to styles, let me just put in a really simple prompt that I wrote here. This. A cute corgi cartoon facing forward, eating a bowl of ramen with chopsticks, a light yellow circle behind him, and the background is a solid red. So basically this corgi right here that I did, I'm trying to write a prompt. I wrote this, but you can enhance your prompt with this. So let's check this out. If I click this, they have an AI to enhance the prompt for AI, which is pretty meta. But look how much longer it is. So this will give you a better design than the simple one. So that's what this is right here. And we're going to use this kind of, I already wrote one, but one that I did before to do all the ones that you're going to see here. Now the next one is styles. Just look at all these styles now. So first I'm going to go through the left here. So these are all the featured ones, but there's more than that. There's also divided into the photo ones, which we're not going to use for our t-shirts, but if you're doing posters or any of the other ones. In fact, this plastic toy one I did because I had to try that with this prompt, and you're going to see how cool that turns out. But a lot of these other ones can be used for the prompt that you have. Vector, of course, we have black and white vectors here, great for coloring books or other parts that you need like logos and stuff. Patterns, it does patterns. I'm not going to show you any patterns in this video, but you can make those. Clip art, this I'm going to use a lot of these because this is more what we're talking about for t-shirts. Logo type, this is where I did those. I did all these and I just put in write the word detour shirts for like super simple like that, and then it did it for these. And you can see these are made by Ideogram 2.0. So I'm not going to do it for here, but just to show you they have what model it's using. An artistic, again showing all the models, all of them did this, but some really cool ones here. So I'm not going to show all of these because that would make a really long video. I'm going to show you some of these. Typography, again, some really cool ones if you want typography t-shirts. I may have to do a video for some of these. If you want a specific video for a specific one of these styles, let me know that in the comments. And then my styles that I brought in, I tried to make some. Now you can upload a style too, like if you see a t-shirt that you really like its style of, I mean just upload it. That's what I did with this idea, and it saved it as a style, so I can use that as well. And then all the models have the style. So this was with all models. So if I do Ideogram 2, which was what we're using at the top here, you can see these are all the Ideogram 2 styles. Wait. These are all the Ideogram 2 styles in here. So if I go through all of it like this, those are the Ideogram 2 styles. If I go like, let's say ChatGPT, or let's do Flux 1, those are the styles for that one, just that one. That's why you don't see on this drop down or drop up that it's they don't have the SDXL because it didn't have any style. So one that has a lot is DALL-E 3. Like you got photography and vector and patterns and clip art and so on. This is a cool one, and so on. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to go through every one of these in the drop down, and then I'm going to show you what they look like with a couple of the styles, not all the styles on here. So let's get started. So first, for 20 tokens, you can see right there, you have Ideogram 2.0. So it looks a lot like when you go to Ideogram. This is kind of the drawing style that they have, and it's hit and miss because you can see this paw is right here and this paw's on here. So there's like two hands here. Not the best. You might have to do it again. Here's the vector art for Ideogram 2.08. Now, because I said red and colors, and I probably would have done a different prompt for this vector art. But you can see how nice it is. Like it turned out pretty cool. Now you can change it into a vector as well. And then they had one called t-shirt graphic under this. So if we went, again, the way to find that is go here, Ideogram 2.0, and I think I found it under, right here. It was under clip art, t-shirt graphic. So I used this one, I put it in here, and then I generated the image. That's how you use the styles. Okay, so even if you came in here and you picked a style that wasn't, like you had all the models and you said this one right here, you'll notice it changes because this style is tied to DALL-E 3, right? So this one. But I made sure to go to Ideogram 2, pick the style, make sure that I was under Ideogram 2, and then only pick the ones that were related to it. So you can see there's a bunch of them. I didn't do all of them. I just did the vector art. I did one of these just to see. I think I did this one, vector art, and then I did a clip art, which I probably should have done a color one, but I wanted to see what it would look like with just the black and white. All right, now to compare, we have Ideogram 3 quality 1. I think is that what it's called? Oh, just quality. I don't know why it puts 1 on here. It's probably because it thinks that I'm going to make another one. So Ideogram 3 quality. This one's 40 tokens, right? Yeah, 40 tokens. So should be twice as good on here. It didn't mess up the hands. This is no style without picking a style. And like, I think it is better. Like you got the feet in here. I would use this, definitely use this more than this one. And the noodles look slightly better. So the chopsticks and only using one hand. I wanted to kind of match it. So I did anime vector and maybe not this prompt, maybe with another one, but I think the lines are great on here. and I did a street art. So it didn't really have that many, because if I come in here and do Ideogram 3 quality, it just had these vector ones, so I picked these two, and it had photo, which I didn't think would do that well. So yeah, there you go. There's Ideogram 2 and 3. Now the next level up is ChatGPT, and you see the third one, ChatGPT Image 1 HD. Image 1 HD. And I really like this one. This is nice. I think one in the top 3, top 5 of ones. Like the lines on here are nice and thick. It's only using one hand. Look at the way they drew the things in the bowl, like the noodles. So yeah, I think this is better than the other one. This is no style. This is the anime style for ChatGPT. Just really cool. So I liked how it changed it. I like this one too, just how it drew it out. It just definitely looks anime. And then I tried a vivid fashion. Like I knew the photography wasn't gonna do well, because it didn't, like, this prompt wasn't for that. But I mean, the person looks really good. It doesn't really match, like she's trying to eat. Like the prompt doesn't match this, but the way it turned out is pretty cool. So that's that one. I think that turned out great. Is it worth the most? Maybe. I think it's pretty cool. I really like it. Let's look at the next one. This one's called ChatGPT Image 2, or Image 1 not HD. I think that's where it's messing it up. So this one's just Image 1, not HD, and it's only 14 tokens. And you can see this one's slightly less good, not as good as this one. Look at the lines here, like it's wavy. There's no problems with this one. If you turn this into a vector, it'd be awesome. Whereas if you zoom in close here, you can kind of see like the artifacts are not as fine, not as sharp, right? So good in a pinch, good from far away, but as you zoom in, it's not as good as the other one, which is why it's only 14 tokens. But I do like this icon set. It's kind of nice. If you need like an icon and maybe something to draw with, like maybe draw above it or whatever, I think in a pinch this is really cool. Oh, I forgot to say the speed. Like this one took 30 seconds, you can see. So speed wise, not the fastest, but let's see about this. Oh yeah, this one took a lot longer. The ChatGPTs take a lot longer to do, but I think the results on this one, again, really cool. All right, so 14 tokens there, ChatGPT 1. I want to show you Flux. So you might have heard about Flux if you watched any of Philip's stuff. I've talked about Flux as well. I believe it's from Germany. They have a really cool art style, so it's a lot different than the Ideogram cartoon style. And if I zoom in here, you'll notice it's also messing up with the hands. I don't know what I wrote in that prompt to make them think that it should have the two hands, but I love the playfulness of this style that it does. I would probably have to run it so it doesn't do the hands here. This is the digital art style within Flux Context Pro here for 20 tokens. Look at that style. That's pretty cool. I like that one. I don't know if I would use it for a shirt, but I definitely like this maybe for a poster or something like that. I think it turned out really well. And then they have a flat design, which is kind of neat, kind of more muted, almost like a sticker on top of it. So this would make a great sticker, I think, too. I think this would make a great sticker as well. We could have done that. So that's Flux Context Pro. You can see it right here. It's 5 seconds and 20 tokens, which I think Flux is a lot faster than speed-wise, can save you some time. All right, and I don't know why they put a Flux here and a Google and then a couple more Flux. I would have actually put Google up here, but Kittl, if you're listening, you can do that. But Google Imagen, right here from Google. I like this cartoon style. I wish it was a little sharper, but other than that, I think you can vectorize this one pretty easy. I like the style of this. It's very, very nice. I like the bold lines on this. I think this would do really well on a t-shirt. No style right here. Now it did the consistent kind of look of the cartoon with the retro vibe. So see the highlights and shadows and stuff just changed. but still really cool. And then this one is called product photography, and it still did the same thing, but just added a little more like gradients and stuff. So if you look at all of them together, they kind of look very similar. The noodles kind of did something weird on this bottom one, but as far as the dog, the corgi, I think they look very similar. All right, next one. We got a ton here. We'll keep going. Flux 1.1 Pro. Look at that style. Did something weird with 2 chopsticks here. Sometimes that happens. This, again, this is by Black Forest Labs. I wrote this from Germany. So if you've used Flux before, you're kind of familiar with this style. It does vector art as well. I think that was the only one for this one. Here's another Flux. That was 20 tokens. This one's also 20 tokens, just a slightly different style. He's not holding the chopsticks here, so that happens sometimes. I guess this one as well. This is Dreamy Anime. This is Retro Pop, which is kind of fun. This is a fun one that's really different. I like it when the styles are very different from the other ones. So I think this could do, like, if you have like a 80s, 70s style, even 90s, I think that could be not necessarily a corgi, but whatever your design is here. That's Flux 1.1 Ultra. Let's see, how fast are these Flux ones? Yeah, 5 seconds, 8 seconds for Pro, 10 seconds for Ultra, which is this one right here. And Schnell, I think that's how you say it, 4 seconds, so fast. I think that's what this means in German, I hope. I don't know. I'll put whatever it means here. I'll find it in Google Translate. But yeah, so love this art style. It kind of reminds me of like vintage Disney art style almost on here. This one's kind of interesting. Fashion photography. And I did black and white, which isn't really black and white, but it gave me this, and kind of weird going here with the hands. But if you could take that out. A lot of hit and misses here. All right. This one is interesting. I never heard of this, so I had to look it up. Sea Dream 3. It's by the company ByteDance, who owns TikTok. So I believe it's from China. And look at the design on this one. This is so cool. Like that, I love this style because it's so different for a t-shirt. So not quite kawaii. I don't know what this is. Well, I guess it is kawaii, but it's just like a different style of kawaii. Pretty cool. This is called Risograph. Kind of a neat thing with the texture on here. And this one is one of my favorites, Plastic Toy. Look at that. I just want to make more plastic toys. I wish this was real. I wish you could print this out. Maybe in the future it would have plastic toy, and do you actually want the plastic toy and it prints a 3D print? That would be amazing, Kittl, if you can work on that. Man, this is so cool. I want one of these plastic toys right now, and I want to make some more. So I guess this is my favorite overall of all of them. Doesn't make a cool t-shirt, but it would make a really cool toy. All right. This one is the SDXL Flash 1. It's the Stable Diffusion. This is what Playground and Leonardo use. And this is with no style. And it did kind of more a realistic cartoon kind of thing. You can see the details on here on the fur and everything. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. I don't know if it works for me for a t-shirt. Definitely a poster with this style I think would be really cool. All right, and only 10 tokens, by the way. I put all the tokens up here. And how fast is this one? Stable SL, yeah, 15 seconds. So on the slower side, not as fast as like these Flux ones, but well, I guess that's average because ChatGPT is 60. So not too bad, 15 seconds. So rounding it out, this is DALL-E 3. This is actually what ChatGPT uses, but the difference is, I had to ask ChatGPT, what's the difference between, don't you use DALL-E 3? Why is there ChatGPT here? Remember? Well, ChatGPT uses DALL-E 3, but then it also has the smarts to make the prompt better, talk to DALL-E 3 better to make a better design. You notice, like, these two look similar because they're ChatGPT 3, but it doesn't look like this one, which is DALL-E 3. So there's something going on behind the scenes. Even though it's using the same DALL-E 3 as the base, ChatGPT is kind of even helping it along with some of its smarts and some of the whatever the prompt is. So this is DALL-E 3, 20 tokens by itself, no style. This one's the cartoon style, which is kind of fun. It's the first one that's using 2. chopsticks. And this one's using 2 chopsticks too, and I picked nursery art. So those are some examples. You can come back in here and watch this video and look. I didn't do all the styles, but I did a bunch of them with the same prompt. I would suggest you do the same with whatever you're designing. My top picks for now, and I'm not saying because it's the most expensive, but this one I think matches my style. This is kind of what I'm looking for when I'm designing a t-shirt, is these thick lines, easy, like no artifacts. Like look how clean that is, and sharp and everything. So this would be my pick, the ChatGPT Image 1 HD. Of course, the most expensive one, but the one that I want to get a toy for is this plastic toy one. I could do these all the time. I think I'm gonna make some more of these just and put it out on the community and ask you if you like those. So yeah, have fun with this. Kittl AI has come a long way, and it's just getting better and better, and there's something literally for everyone. And this is just for t-shirts. I didn't get into like the photography and stuff. If you go in here in styles, like look at all the photography stuff on here. That would be really cool if you're doing photorealistic stuff for Kittl. I'm just talking about, you know, t-shirts, but there's so much more you can do with Kittl on here. So have fun with this. Try them all out, find out which one works best for you. Don't just take my advice. Like you can literally play with all of these here and use your tokens. You can find out how much tokens you have by clicking this down here, AI tokens now, and you can see I'm on the expert plan and have this many tokens and everything, but you can see how much tokens you have, so you don't go wasting all of them just to play around with it. That's another reason why I wanted to show you these. So like each of these like takes a token, so you can like, oh, maybe I want to try this one first instead of, you know, this one and this one. Don't don't spend all your tokens. I spent a lot of tokens to get this for you, so hopefully you like it and hopefully it's helpful. So there you go, that's Kittl AI. Kind of a long video because they have so many models now. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite, if that ChatGPT was your favorite or the other one, or if you like that toy one. That I think that was really cool. If you want to see other things that Kittl does, I have a whole playlist, but I'm going to put this one here, which is Kittl Flows. I just made this. This is a way that you can use Kittl and AI to create new designs, either from scratch or from templates or whatever. It's kind of like a brainstorming tool with AI, which is really cool. You have to check it out. Thanks again for watching, and as always, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.